maybe we'll just wait.
I make a motion to open the meeting at 6:02.
I'll second.
All right, let's make sure we can hear everybody, so, we'll take a vote. Bob,
Yes.
Laurel? Yes. Lee,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
and I'll be yes too. Thank you. All right, first thing we have is review of the minutes. Anybody wanna make a motion on that?
I'd like to thank our secretary for putting together the costs. So I think we have it nailed down exactly what was presented to us as to the potential costs for repairs to the building, the roof, everything, et cetera, et cetera.
All right,
So that was, we now have an easy reference to go back to.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written. I don't know if she's changed it. She spelled my last name wrong. I let her know and she said, "Oh, change it," but I didn't get that change. Not a bit, only once. She says, "I was so careful to change, to type it, the right way."
Yeah.
And then the one time,
It's probably spell check change.
yeah, that could happen.
it's not an easy name. So, but yeah, otherwise I make a motion to accept the minutes as
I'm
written.
having trouble with Laurel.
I second it.
Is there any other discussion or concerns? They look great to me.
Yeah.
Very thorough.
Yes, and timely getting them out. I think we've had a great slew of secretaries, believe me. It's a job I do. All right, let's vote. Bob,
Yes.
Laurel,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Jay.
Abstain.
Okay, that makes sense. And Jan, I'll be a yes. All right, thank you all. So Laurel, we can move on to you.
Treasurer's report, as I just took it up from the email I sent, I can see where it didn't enlarge this time when you clicked on it. So I apologize.
Yeah.
So I am reading.
Okay.
So yeah, we continue to make money. Our total accounts right now are at $151,690 and it's either 92 or 02 cents. Sorry, I could look it up. I'll get the exact amount while we're in meeting. I can get it online hopefully and because this, I can't, it didn't enlarge and usually it does. And I don't know why it didn't, but it's there. No. And other than that, we're doing fine. We're making money.
Yeah, just need the number.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll get the
For the
exact number.
minutes, right?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Did anybody have any other questions for Laurel or?
I know I
Did you have
looked at the
anything else?
plan that we're going to invite them to come to our November meeting. I believe that's what you're.
Then being Bartholomew?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you usually reach out to them?
Yeah, well, sometimes they reach out to, they would like to see us like monthly.
Yeah.
But, I think once or twice a year is fine.
Yeah.
So if that's what you would like to do at the November meeting and I forget what else you'd put down for the,
I think November would be good because we'll go over Darcy's evaluation in December, so it'd be
Right.
good if they came.
Right.
What does everybody else think?
November's fine.
No, I think that's good.
So Laurel,
Here's the exact number. Okay, sorry.
Go
Thank
ahead.
goodness. It's $152,729.49.
Yeah,
And
that's the new balance.
yes. So I mean, the net change has been $11,040.21 since the beginning of the year. So not bad.
Can't complain.
Okay,
So Laurel, do you want to reach out to them or do you want?
yes, I have it on my calendar. to
Okay, so
reach
just
out.
let me know if,
Right,
before I do the agenda, if there's any change,
Yeah,
otherwise we'll just
right.
plan on putting it on.
Yeah.
And we'll put it on at the beginning.
yeah, I mean, if they're interested in coming, but I'm
Right.
sure they will be.
Okay,
So, yeah.
all right, so have a motion to accept this report and the number?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second,
Thank you, okay. All right, Bob,
yes.
Laurel,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes,
Nancy? Yes. Jay?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Thank you all. All right, Darcy, you're up.
Okay. So as per usual, I included the numbers. Any question about circ statistics? They're pretty standard. And then programming numbers. I have included those. Any questions about that? All right, warrants. So 2605 was $5,887.55. 2607 was $8,242.27. And the total for that is $14,129.82. Any questions about that? Okay. All right, so I included a little bit of an update about Eris financial report, state aid stuff. Eris is obviously in, it was already due in mid-August. And we still have a ways to go until the financial report is due, but as soon as Ellen sends me the few numbers that are needed, I will get Jan on the phone to come and sign the cover sheet and send that off to MBLC. So hopefully we will be in the round as usual.
So it's pending.
Yeah,
And when is it due?
it's due October 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah. So we, like I said, we have a little ways and Ellen's on it. I just touched base with her, so. We'll be in good shape. And of course, remember, we're in good shape about all the numbers that needed to be done, so. So we do not have anything to worry about there. So for the page position, we have somebody starting tomorrow. Her name is Elisa.
Is she from high school?
No, she just started grad school, but she lives in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
And she will be shadowing Gray tomorrow and Friday. And learning computer stuff kind of when there is time to do that. I think there will be plenty of time to do that, so. I feel free to come in and meet her. She will be here 3:30 to 5:30 and then 3 to 5, but then she'll be here, a whole bunch of other hours. And Wednesday nights, so you'll meet her the next meeting, maybe. The next item is an agenda item, so I can skip over that. And then I included a funding request for a database. So as we all know, IMLS has been defunded and MBLC has had to make some hard decisions. So they are not offering the free databases that they were to libraries in the state. They were paying for that from federal funding. But MVLC kind of pulled the libraries in the consortium and said, we can purchase some of this. Which one would you like the most? So overwhelmingly, Gail Peterson's test and career prep was the choice that MVLC librarians picked. And I do think it would be nice to offer it. It is an important thing, prepping for career advancement and tests. So it would be nice to be offering something. Yes, we were, but something digitally that we're not currently. So it's 720. I will say that's a pretty good price for, the bigger libraries are paying more. So.
Annually,
That's the annual price, 720. As far as I know, I don't think it'll go up, but that's what the person from MVLC said, that it would be annually 720.
Who would use this?
Anybody who wants to,
It's open to the public, in other words.
yeah, so it would be offered to Groveland patrons specifically, but all the patrons who have a Groveland card. And then anybody from the other libraries that subscribe would also be able to use it. They would sign in with their library card, probably.
Is it,
And
go ahead, Nancy.
does this cover a lot of different tests or?
Yeah, is it SAT, PSAT, LSAT?
I-
What it is?
I'm looking at it now. Okay?
Yeah.
I looked it up. So test prep content is included to support all types of learners. Foundational skills help students and adults brush up on academic skills with interactive tutorials and quizzes in math and science, reading and writing, computer skills, high school, AP classes, high school equivalency, STEM, college entrance, the ACT, the CLEP, the DSST, and the SATs, graduate
Yeah.
school.
That's.
So it's a vocational
Yeah,
accountant,
GRE,
auditor, it goes all
those
the
things.
hospitality, firefighter, real estate. all
It's
the
a
way
lot,
down.
yeah.
So if
That's
you
what I
look it
wanted
up
to say.
online,
Yeah.
and then they have, okay, they have a platform, there's test prep, there's career exploration,
Mhm.
So is this something that they would have to come here to use, or can they access it from home?
They would be able to access it from home.
Okay,
I mean, they,
citizenship test.
like I said, I think they would just have to sign in with their library card info.
okay.
Um,
And
And
what's
it
your
would-
sense on how it might, how many people might use it or the demand for it or just,
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, if it doesn't do well this year, we don't have to continue it.
so you'll keep data on,
Mhm.
yeah.
Eyes out for an item.
I think too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wrote here.
It-
It'll be a newsletter. I'll put it right on top of US Newsstream, right on top. And we've subscribed to this, put it out on all the social media.
Mhm.
And they have like up-to-date practice ebooks for a wide variety of tests. I mean, I'm just looking at like different libraries that have said, like commented on how good it is.
Where was this when I went to school?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that something we would let schools know, guidance departments know that they are
Yeah.
available?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I think that's really key, because I know when we had it, when I was working in libraries, it's like really key to get it out to the people that are,
Mhm.
That could be
No.
using it.
that are
Yeah.
thinking about taking the SAT or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
And
also PSATs too.
Right.
in this.
So
yes.
it
And
would be important that Merrimack and West Newbury are also subscribing, right? Otherwise, if we advertise it at the school, they won't all be able to use it.
I don't know if they are, to be honest.
Mhm.
Each library is,
But they're connected to us by their libraries. They could use their library card and access it, right?
But
it
not
would
if-
be
not
Groveland
if-
cards.
What's that?
Any card of. So if you're a Groveland patron, yes. If you're a patron of a library that subscribes, yes, but. I don't think it would be any MVLC.
Oh, okay. So it's
Right,
not just.
that's what I'm worried about.
So you get, a library card's not what it's access that, like it does, like you're getting a book from Haverhill, it's not the same kind.
It's not the same thing, but a bunch of the stuff that we offer is like that, like Free Goal, for
Yeah.
instance. That's you sign in with your library card and it's Groveland specific.
But yet you have MBLC, that's Merrimack Valley. Right, that's it, has been doing research about offering a database to patrons and settled on this.
MVLC.
MV.
It's
Merrimack
confusing
Valley.
because MBLC used to pay for it.
No, but this is MV, that's that's the.
MBLC
But
did
each
the
library's
research.
gonna have to pay their share in order to be able to
Yeah.
use it.
And the thing is,
Not kicking in.
we-
No.
So we used to have this, but because it was free, it was never like a make or break advertising thing. We did say we had it. We did advertise it. It was never splashed around, but we did have it. This, when we're paying for it, we'll
Splash.
put it all over the place. So I mean, I think it would be a good purchase.
Do you know when it would start?
I don't know.
I know the kids take the PSATs in October.
I do not know when
I think
to
they,
start.
I'm just saying that
Maybe,
I think it would be great to get the word out like the second it starts.
oh, yeah.
Just- Just because, it's so hard to get people aware of what you have, you know?
Yeah,
It is. And it covers so much. It sounds like a really bargain, and I'd like to make the motion to cover the $720 cost out of state aid.
Second.
Yep. As long as state aid is the best spot, you think, Darcy, to take it from.
yeah. Oh, and it looks like the contract would be signed by MVLC October 1st.
Okay,
So likely it's likely it would start pretty soon.
yeah, they probably will start it and then bill you.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, so. All right, so we have a motion and it's seconded. Any other discussion or questions for Darcy on it? We're good? All right. Jay,
Yes.
okay. Nancy,
Yes,
Kathy,
Yes,
Lee,
Yes.
Laurel,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes,
and I vote yes too, so it's unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can just keep us
Oh, yeah.
there so that we can spread the word too.
Yeah, I'll be,
See if they have handouts and
Mhm.
stuff too.
yeah, I'm hoping MVLC will actually develop something like that. And if not, we can always develop something on Canva. So,
Right.
and also just coming down the pipeline, I wanted to give everybody a heads up, not this month, but we will be requesting funding for new staff computers relatively soon. Cause it is getting to that point with a bunch of them, not Sue's, but the other staff computers are older at this point. I know it feels like we just did it, but that's what happens with technology these days.
How
So
old are they?
they're like about 6 years old or so. I
oh,
would say,
that's beyond expiration date.
yeah, it's like
What are-
5, 6.
What are they running?
They-
What version of Windows?
10, but it's not the operating system, it's the fact that they are just
Slow?
slow, yeah. Yeah, even if you do a defragment, it's gonna be slow, like, I've tried that.
mhm.
So.
How many computers do we have now off the top?
Counting 3, 4. Yes, 7, but we would ask for 6, I believe, if I'm doing the math right, because Sue's is off the timeline with the rest of everybody else's, so. And I don't have any numbers yet or anything, but. Yeah. Just down the pipeline.
Just so you know, you look, so sorry, if you do look up at their website, the Gale thing, they have a 2-page little
Well, hand out
blurby thing,
things?
handy out thing you could. print.
Okay,
So, yeah,
okay.
That'd be good.
Is this something you would do in the near future, like next month or the month after, or phase them in?
I would try to get the numbers for next month.
Okay,
If MVLC is quick enough to do that, because it's usually they get a quote and then we say yes or no, and then they do the order, so.
And then they come and set it all up and
They do the setup, which is, you know, lovely, and I'm very thankful.
Okay. And did you want to talk at all about the numbers?
Uh.
The variance report and everything
Oh,
at the end of the year. I was just wondering if, I'm making sure everybody understands how to read those because.
Oh.
Never have.
yeah, so
You know, they're
these,
confusing.
especially this special account ones, the numbers haven't been carried over from last fiscal year yet, so it looks like it's negative, but it's not really negative. It's, um. It's. There are, like, we do not have negative $2,200 in state aid. We have. Or negative $1,147 in donations. Please remember that there is plenty in donations. We have not spent nearly enough for that, so. Even though we do spend from the accounts, that Ellen is working on carrying everything over. Hopefully in October, we'll have an up-to-date number, but it's this, the first page that you see for the special accounts, and the first number you see on the right side, where it says the negative 1,147, that ending, that's usually what'll be the correct number. So even though it's not correct today, it usually will be, that'll be the number that's actually in the account,
So
so
that's the balance.
that's the balance.
Okay.
So it's always at the top, always on the upper right-hand corner. So this is just, right now, it's just expenditures that we have purchased through these accounts for this fiscal year. And
It all
hopefully-
traces back to the warrants we all signed, right?
Yeah, starting July 1st, this is what they have been. So as the fiscal year goes on, the numbers get a little, I mean, the number of pages will get longer. But you always want to look at that corner. That. I know it's hard to read them, and then. Does anybody have questions about the one that actually has the town numbers, the one that has like salaries and materials and stuff? Cause it basically, what we pay attention to really is, the ending numbers, just to make sure that there's enough in the accounts for what we wanna spend from them. And it also helps when we're trying to budget for paying staff, for instance, which I have been doing very well this year. Good. Compared to last year. So, if there are any specific questions about that, I can answer, but it's, it always tells you what was originally voted on at town meeting, for
Mhm.
instance, and then this actually also lists what was approved for the shelving, but as well, but that's, that just kind of shows up on the report, but it's not part of the total that I send to MBLC for the financial report.
I mean, the one that, not gonna go across.
It's the very, very bottom one. Where it says GF Library,
Okay.
ATM, Article
Right.
36.
Under supplies.
Yeah, so that 10,230, that's for the shelving. And we haven't spent that yet. Because what I'm gonna do is look up updated the updated number from Demco and send it to Rebecca, and from there, she'll say you could purchase this total number of shelving and this total number of shelves, and then we purchase them.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This
I
one
hope that
picture-
clears up a few things.
Well,
I know it's
especially with that
confusing to
number-
read.
The number
All
on
the
the top.
negatives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm sure
That
they
it,
feels comfortable with
it
that.
does sometimes take a few months for those numbers to carry over.
Right.
They'll
Makes sense.
be in better shape next month. I think, from what Ellen has said.
Thank you, Darcy. Any questions for Darcy?
Sure, do you know how the book sale went on Saturday?
The treasurer of the Friends said it went pretty well, somewhere in the 700s. For 4 hours, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And for being outside in a weird weather day. I mean, I know it was like okay for most of the day, but they also weren't sure it was going to be, and
To pack up early.
yeah,
That
but
wind picked up and it was like,
Yeah,
that storm was, it's a
Yeah,
coming.
exactly. So the treasurer said it was probably one of their best number ones, so,
there were a lot of people there.
yeah.
I noticed it was kind of advantageous. A lot of people were going to Groveland Days parked up here,
Yeah,
so they went through the tent
Yes,
to get to the
yeah.
Groveland Days, so they
Yeah.
all stopped it.
yeah.
Kind of a good
So I
thing.
don't blame them for wanting to do the sale out there.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, it's a best spot because you've
Yeah.
got the tent
Yeah.
already there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like every parking space was full.
Yeah,
So, and as you said, now with that great walkway,
yeah.
Mhm.
it's even
Yeah.
better walking down. All right, so why don't we move on then? There's no more questions. And we can talk about Ryan Weir.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I included what I have so far, and you can see that in my report. I did a breakdown of what I know, based on the statements that I have received from TD Bank. So you can see there were curtains, those were for it, and I think the thinking behind that is that the meeting room is really an extension of both
Yeah.
adult and children's services, so. And then there was a shelf from Demco, and then in January 24, so we waited a little while, and then January 24, there were items purchased for open play and story time. And then the sink was purchased with this account. And then the puppet theater. And there are a few things that show up on the statements that I'm not totally sure, but not very much at all. This is the bulk of it.
Do we know what the beginning balance was?
No, see, it was in the 5,000s somewhere. The statements that I received started at 4,700 something. So that number, whatever that was used to purchase those 2 signs outside of the children's room. And like I wrote in here, that was not me, that was the group that spearheaded this.
Does the group still exist?
No, I was actually given control of the purchasing and everything. And then there is a small balance left, which I plan to work with Evangeline on to make sure that, we get something nice and visual and helpful for the community for the children's room, and then we will be all set.
So you're gonna wait for that to send a message to Mrs. Reardon, you're gonna do that, have you sent her she's asked for something from us.
Yes. I do plan to take pictures of what we have so far.
Okay,
And then maybe do a follow-up with what we do left. But I just wanted to report back first about like, this is what I was able to decipher from the many, many statements that came. Many of them were just blank statements that were like, nothing was spent this month, lots of paper, lots of paper. So I'm gonna put together like a picture thing, like this was done in 2018, this was done in 2020, this was. Yeah,
Okay, good.
the sink. Brand new sink, puppet theater, it's up and running.
So you have all her contact information then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have information for her. Any other questions about it? We'll get it going.
Yeah, I think the sooner that that gets cleared up, the better,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
just have it done and.
we'll have it done, and like I said, Evangeline has a lot, she's an idea lady, and between that and some other ideas that I think have been kind of thrown around, I know we talked about a few ideas and, you'll have something very nice. It'll look very nice in there. It already does. It looks like a totally different room than it used to, so.
Sure. Well, thank you for doing that.
Yes. Of course.
Any other questions on that? So maybe by next month he'll know what you're spending it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and I'll report back about what has been done and all of that.
That'll be great.
Be all set.
So thank you. And I'm sure she'll appreciate,
Mhm.
you know, hearing and seeing it documented. That'd be good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Darcy. Okay, so director's evaluation, I had a talk with Bob. And,
With great pleasure, I talked to Jan and I agree because I have all the battle scars for doing that last year and the year before. I'd be willing to do it again this year. The proviso is it's a lot easier for me. The sooner I have everyone's input, the better, because it does require some manipulation and some calculations. Those who don't use a Word or an Excel document, it's a copy of the comments. Those that use the Word or Excel document, I can do a cut and paste, so that makes it easier. I always emphasize from my personal perspective, it's the comments that are more important than anything else. If there's a category that you don't have a clue as to what to put because you're not in the library when some of this stuff happens, don't do a score, leave it blank, because the tendency is to put a 3 and that really, in my mind, distorts it. If you don't put a number down, then let's say we have 8 people and only 5 give a response for this particular category. I'm only gonna do the average for the 5 people. I'll exclude those that don't, so that makes for a better calculation. Each category is not weighted, so each stands alone. So I've never done the total average because to me, it doesn't make any sense. But as you look at the document, those of you who did it last year know there's a lot of minutia in it that we sort of gloss over because it's not worth focusing on. Emphasize the comments are critical. So I think, Jan, we talked about the dates.
yeah, so, I know I sent it out to everybody. Hopefully everybody got it. And I put the current goals in so that it's all in one document and there might be something that I missed. So if there is, let me know. But, Bob, we were thinking that you should get it back by November 1st.
Okay, that's fine.
If if that still works
Yeah,
for
that
you,
works, that works.
then that gives me
And
time.
if you could do it sooner, we would appreciate
Right.
November first, so we got the target date.
And you prefer electronically submitted?
Yes, but those who aren't computer savvy, I know there's a number that do it manually. If you give it to Darcy by the first, that would be fine. An unidentified envelope, sealed, very mysterious, with my name on it. I'll just pick it up and Darcy will let me know when it arrives. If I don't get yours by November first, you'll get a call from me so that I'll know, so.
Just you want it way before then, like, you want it way before then, like.
Oh,
this
the
weekend
the
would be
earlier the
great.
better, yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Anyone have it ready today?
I have something to say about the procedure.
Mhm.
And kind of a request. I would like to revamp how we do the comments.
Mhm.
Because I get a lot of conflicting comments within one category. It doesn't help me improve. So I would like either not anonymous or a follow-up with the individual just as a meeting together. Just, I feel like they don't come from, so the numbers, they come from the board because it's an average of the numbers. The comments are all over the place. And I feel like I've gotten some that haven't been particularly, they haven't been explanations, and it doesn't help me to understand what the criticism is. There are some that I completely know what is happening, what they're talking about. Like, for instance, the mailbox in my office, how that was mentioned last year. And I completely agree. That was something that needed to be mentioned. And and it's something that I have improved upon because I was able to do that. But there are some, I think with 9 people, there are a lot of points of view, and the board acts as one entity. So I think it conflicts with the kind of way the board is supposed to do things. So I don't know how to fix that, but I mean, I've been I still hold on to like a few that I just don't know. Like, I haven't been able to settle certain things or within like myself or with other people because I haven't had meetings with them to clear air, or I don't know if that makes sense.
I think it's a very open and honest request, and I think you're totally entitled to have a clear understanding other than 1 or 2 sentences. I don't know how to go about fixing that, but I certainly think it's a point well taken in that as a board, we're supposed to vote, and whatever the unanimous vote is, then that's what goes, and you're not supposed to just agree with that in public. And I think that I think what would you suggest, Darcy?
I mean, I would rather people take responsibility for their comments, especially because if I have to take responsibility for my comments to the staff in their evaluations, then I think my supervisor should also have to do that.
I agree, and I think that anonymous comments are worthless.
Would it help if there's 2 things that come to mind. Would it help if each comment was initialed?
Initials help because
And-
that tells
and-
me what's,
And then it could go one of 2 different ways, because I'll be going over it with you first.
Mhm.
So, before the whole board goes over it with you,
Mhm.
right? So I'm just thinking, if every comment is initialed, it would give you or me the opportunity to get more feedback if necessary.
That's what I'm hoping for. So it's not
I don't
like,
have any problem with that, but, I'm just trying to feel it out,
Yeah.
what the best way
Yeah,
would.
and it's not like I would aggressively at the meeting say, Nancy, you said this, for instance. But I would like to at least know so I can have a sit down meeting with somebody and kind of talk through their point of view. Because like I said, and like it's a lot different than the numbers. The numbers are the average, the numbers are the reflection of the whole board. I would like to go over them in more depth.
Well,
And
rather than each comment being initialed, how about each form being signed?
Well, the form is signed most people write their name on it, so.
But it's
Yeah,
not necessary, and a lot of people don't.
And don't forget, I'm doing the consolidation, so
Right.
you
Yeah,
lose
it's-
it, then I don't want to be in a position to censor what anyone puts in there.
Oh,
But
no, no.
if people don't have a problem with identifying their comment, then that would resolve, I think, the issue, because you get to
Mhm.
see the report before the trustees do, so.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
And if you have concerns or whatever, then
Mhm.
there's time to
yeah.
like get more information.
And I mean, it would save me kind of some, like there have been comments that I thought were made, for instance, last year out of ignorance by a new member of the board, and that person came to me, cleared the air and talked to me about it, and it was not that person. But that didn't help. It helped me understand that, but it didn't help me understand more of what the comment was about, or like why the comment was made.
So why can't we, when you evaluate it, if we all sign our evaluation, send it to you? Then my comment has LP,
Right.
nobody has the same initials, I don't think.
I will identify
Everybody.
the
So
source.
blah, 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 LP, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
What did you- I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I said I don't think anybody has the same
No,
initials.
No,
so
no,
I think that
I
would
don't
be-
think so. I'm going. And so instead of, cause I see where Kathy's saying, we do sign, I mean, I always sign mine, I don't
Yeah.
put it anonymously.
Right, right.
I'm assuming everyone
Right.
does,
Yeah.
so this is mine, it's in,
Right. I mean, I don't have any problem with
no.
initials so that there
Because
could be
I
more
mean-
clarity.
the
It
thing
might-
of an evaluation is so that, I mean, no one's getting a perfect score in this entire town, and if they are, then the
Oh,
boards
no.
that do it, I mean, I hope you're not giving perfect scores to your staff. because
No, it took me a
there's
few
always
years to
room
kind of
grow
figure out
and
that.
room,
Yes,
you need to set your goals. If there's
yes,
just perfect, then where are your
No.
goals?
I agree, and it helps me
Right.
grow it, and I think it will help the board be more constructive in the comments. And just kind of explain points of view.
Right.
Right, and maybe
Because-
people will elaborate a little more
Okay.
thoroughly.
That's what I'm
than before.
hoping.
Yeah, no one has to do anything when they're filling out the form. I know who submitted the form and I will provide the initials. Go
Well,
with
we
it.
have to make sure that when we submit, like if someone's doing a paper one.
In the
you-
pa- they just write the name on the top.
Electronic,
Yeah.
because it's gonna come from me.
Okay,
But if you're doing a paper one, make sure to sign it, so you know
Right.
that it's
Yeah.
from whoever
Yeah.
does paper ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can put the comments as they come in,
Yeah. Mhm.
and thank you for doing that, because I know,
Yes. yeah,
I would hate to do that. on
I'm
Word
beholden
document.
to Bob.
I'm trying to-
Yeah, I mean, it is wonderful that you do it every year, so
It's-
everyone's
It's not
appreciative.
difficult, it's just labor intensive.
Right.
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
And Bob, if you had if you read through a comment and didn't quite understand, would you contact
Yeah.
that person and try to, yeah,
Yeah.
If
that would
it's
be great.
bizarre,
Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah, that would be
Does,
great.
does that sound a little better?
That helps, yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
All right. So we're all good with that?
Yeah.
Any other
Yeah.
questions or
Yeah,
clarification?
I also want to emphasize the director sees the report before we meet
Right,
as a thing, so we're not blindsiding anyone.
Well, right, so
Right,
yeah.
it's not like that night she's
Yeah.
here and the first time you read. it.
yes.
Yeah, imagine,
No.
I just start crying on camera because I'm like so taken aback.
So basically, we would probably do it. We would talk about it, you and I,
Mhm.
but then at the December meeting would make sense. That would. To just go over everything and.
Yeah,
Ready.
whatever you
Does
wanna
that
do
work for
with,
you?
I think that's
Should be a good
What my
time
contract
frame.
was
That's kind
anyway.
of the typical time frame.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sounds good. So do we have any trustee comments? Any comments from the board? Bob? He's like, I'm not doing it now. I've decided.
Should we be proactive and contact Steve and the town administrator as to what our preference is for the building changes, like the windows, I think? Do we have to wait for a formal presentation from the town as this is what they approve, this is what they feel to do? Because reading the report, they seem to parcel out the small projects and the big projects. And I don't know which is which. I know the small ones we list, but the roof to me would be a big project.
All of the buildings are getting done at once,
Getting what?
done at once,
When they
so
do the
it
roof.
depends on that
But
timeline.
even the windows and the doors and all.
No, I mean the roofs. The roofs
Yeah,
are
but
getting
how about the
done.
windows
The,
and the doors?
I don't know the window timeline. I know that they are.
Because winter's coming, it would be nice to,
I know, it would be nice.
yeah.
I don't know the exact timeline for that, but I do know when they do the roofs, they will do them
Yeah.
all.
Okay. So we don't need to,
Okay,
we'll leave it under their guidance for the windows or when everything else gets done.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is that the bay windows would be first. So
And
I just don't know when.
Okay.
did he, Steve mention any follow-up on the garden door? He was gonna look into whether he could
Hmm,
do it, push bar.
hasn't, but I'll email him.
I think that's a good point though, Bob. We just don't want it to just kind of like
Hang out there, yeah,
not happen. Right,
the squeaky wheel.
yeah, that's true. And I did update the spreadsheet with those costs too. But also, Bob had a good point. I just put the dates in for the next 3 meetings. So
Mhm.
that we kind of, for this year, and, oh, what was the other thing that that I updated on there? Just a few things that got done.
You did
But there's a lot,
painting.
but there's a lot of things that haven't got.
Yeah.
Oh, I did clean up the painting a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it just
she
seems
did
to
some
be,
dusting.
it just seemed to be dusty.
Even creepier now than one before.
So I don't know, it just doesn't, it seems okay to me, but.
Mhm.
And that was the professional archivist that had given that estimate, and it was supposed to be done in a timely fashion so that the insurance, I still don't even know if the town still carries that under an umbrella policy. It comes under historical or antiquities or that type of thing. At the time, it was insured for $12,000. That was years and years ago. But it needed a professional cleaning. And I don't know what kind of chemicals are used in that or what, but
Kathy, do you remember when that was made, that decision? Or do we have any documentation as to what kind of,
there's documentation in a paper that Ann McCann and I did at folder, and it's in the director's office. Excuse me. And it's when we had people come in and look at all of the archival materials. I'm sorry, I'm choking.
take your time there, you all right?
Right in your office, Darcy. And it was at the start of the preservation of antiquity, the papers and all, right around the same time we had applied for a grant from the Community Preservation Committee. And Ann and I wrote that request. And there's a folder, it was in a white loose leaf folder. And it's quite involved. But that, I believe that was also mentioned at the time. At the time, Greg Lebrecht was the finance director. So it goes back quite a bit, Jan.
Okay. I mean, because the painting, it never went through a fire or smoke damage
No,
or.
it's just age and time really deteriorates the quality of the
But
paint.
do they just need to clean, if you don't remember, that's fine, Kathy, I'm just curious, they recommend just a cleaning or does it need a restoration?
Professional cleaning is what they talked about at the time, and that would determine if there was any restoration, any type of underflaking of the paint, even under any kind of underflaking of the area around the frame. And that would only be determined by a professional restoration specialist or professional painting cleaner.
Okay. Okay, well, maybe. You know where that is, Darcy? We can look at them.
I mean, my guess is within one of those two.
Yeah, it's a white
I
vinyl.
If you find it.
Trustee things. I know we looked through that, but I don't know. I know you were looking for specific things though.
Right, I didn't see, but I wasn't looking. And
Right,
I wouldn't have
exactly.
thrown anything away.
Exactly, you wouldn't, yeah,
I
you were looking
organized.
for specific. The specific statements, not that, so.
What paper it is, Darcy? You and I had gone over that whole folder at one point. And there was a notation on the folder at one of the pages that it was done by the spouse of a former director. And at that time, Anna and I had signed a paper that we had done that work. So it was a white vinyl loose leaf folder.
Okay,
Okay,
And it addressed the archival point of all the paintings downstairs and all the things that were in in big containers and that type of thing. I know at one time there was a volunteer at the library who took it upon himself to start going through those things. So I don't know where it went from there.
all right, well, you gave us some clues, Kathy, so. Thank you,
alright.
but
You're
it is dusted anyway.
At least there's the start.
It's a start,
And
because
I
there
think
was quite a bit of
the
dust on
tips
it.
After a cleaning, it would lighten up several shades, because time just, and air pollution kind of deteriorates. It's kind of the worst possible place, we were told, that's near the door going out to the patio garden.
Right. It's just, he's not really a pleasant looking guy.
Well, I think
To
what
be honest,
they had to sit for those
We need is
portraits.
gonna
of
help,
the
right?
it's the portrait of Benjamin Park.
Benjamin Parker.
Benjamin,
Yeah,
yeah,
Benjamin Parker.
Parker,
Yeah.
and wasn't it the grandfather or the father of the person who gave the bequest for the children's fund?
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yes,
so that was part of the deal. Here's the money, but you gotta put his picture up in the children's room.
Yeah.
And
Is it not in there?
there will be the children, so we,
All right, well, we will continue to look
By the
into that.
children's
I
library,
think they had to sit for so many hours for those paintings.
by the door.
Right.
Develop a hemorrhoid problem by the.
Jay, I know you have to leave. Did you have anything you wanted to
No.
bring up?
I think I'm good for now.
You're good for now?
I have an editorial comment.
Can I just
Um,
go around real quick?
oh, I'm sorry.
Just to make sure everybody
Yeah.
gets a chance. Nancy,
I'm good, thank you.
you're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All set.
All set,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Oh, wait.
I'm flabbergasted by the amount of money we have in the Sullivan's account. And I know it isn't gonna stay there long because the intention is to spend it wisely. But does anyone realize that the annual interest on that thing is $21,000 a year? I mean, I
That's
just.
just very conservatively,
Just blow my
very
mind.
conservatively invested. It can be far, far more than that.
Right,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
That's not under our control. That was for the
Yeah.
town to handle.
It will be
I think it's
spent.
in the checking account because they intend to spend it rather quickly. But
Well, no, that's what,
We
that
want.
is what's going to do the windows, the roof,
Right.
yeah, I mean, it'll be fun.
It's at the discretion of the town government.
Kathy, did you have anything else?
I don't, Jan, thank you.
Okay, well, and nobody from the public?
I just have one question, Jan.
Okay.
For Darcy to be able to see and discuss any comments that you'd like to discuss with any individual trustee, could that be done prior to the December meeting?
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Okay, I didn't know if it was meant
Yeah,
prior
no.
or after the December meeting.
No, my
Okay.
thought was because I will be going over the evaluation with her prior to the meeting. So
Right.
there's ample opportunity to get more input
Good.
if necessary, but I'm hoping that people's comments will be clear enough so that you know,
Explains.
there won't be a lot of ambiguity. That's what I'm hoping for. And quite honestly, if anybody had, you know, something that they were concerned about, there's no, you can always talk to Darcy about it. You don't
Right,
have to.
it's probably up to once a year.
Right, so, you know, sometimes I think it's better if there's a concern, just to ask a question, usually you can resolve it very easily,
Yes.
but I think that will make sense. What do you think, Kathy?
I agree.
Okay,
I absolutely agree. That's like anonymous things.
right, and everybody should stand behind what they say anyway.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right, it looks like we can entertain a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:58. So that I can get to practice at 7.
All right, Kathy, did you second that?
I did.
Okay, all right, Bob,
Yes.
Laurel,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Jay.
No, yes.
I figured you were gonna be a wise guy. And I say yes too. The meeting is adjourned. And thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.